Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard. We're out here at the Gospel Discovery to play around with the new Gateway made Goliath disc molds. If you haven't heard, Gateway is going to be making Goliath disc molds in the future. Right now, we just have the molds for the pillar and the ambush, so that's the only ones they can make at the moment. But Josh said they're supposed to be getting those molds from China in soon, so should be able to start making some discs in those molds soon. I'm really excited about this because I've always been really interested with Gateway stuff because they just have so many different blends of plastic, mixtures of plastic. It's also going to be interesting too because we're going to be able to get some Goliath stuff in not just max weight. We're going to be able to get some lightweight versions of stuff, which you'll be able to see in just a minute with one of these discs. So I'm really excited to see what Goliath's able to do with Gateway's help. But today, we've got, like I said, we've got two pillars. One in like a rubbery baseline plastic. Maybe not one. I guess you could. This might be a putter plastic, but probably a little too soft for that, I would assume. Then we've got a premium version of the pillar. Unfortunately, I don't know the plastics very well, so I'm getting used to that. But I haven't thrown like a brand new pillar in a long time. I've just had the ones in my bag, which are, I guess, are kind of beat in. But I don't remember it being as overstable as these things are. These things are so beefy. But then moving on to the ambush, we got one in NXT, which I'm assuming would be like their version of Oasis, Star, like a gummier premium plastic. Then we've got one in Diamond, which I'm assuming is their version of NT Champion, that really stiff, overstable plastic. Then we got this prototype one. Don't know the plastic this one's in, but you could only get these in like, I think the weight range was like 120 to 140 grams. Unfortunately, it doesn't say on the back what weight it is, but this thing is super light. So this should be really fun to throw today. I wanted to come out here to the Gospel Discovery because this course has a good variety, so I should be able to throw both these discs off the tee, be able to get to see how they fly, see what differences, what similarities they have to the old Goliath. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So let's go and get in the round, see how they fly. All right, guys. So for hole one, got a par three. I think it's like 320 feet. Playing to an island. You can see the basket straight in front of us. Unfortunately, there's a bus parked on top of the normal tee pad out here, so we're gonna go from like 10, 15 feet left of it, about the same distance. Just gonna have to go over some bushes, but yeah, from what I've heard, I don't remember if I said this in the intro or not, but I have heard these ambushes are more stable, but I don't know if that means like they'll actually will fly or like they're more similar to like a slingshot. We'll find out, but I'll go with the NXT one first. Oh, I yanked that. Oh, it's so flippy. All right, two off the first tee. Diamond one does feel like it has a little bit more dome to it, so hopefully it'll be a little bit more stable. But let's try and throw this on some hyzer. There we go. Dive. There we go. Hopefully that's stuck. Let's go for the super lightweight prototype. Oh, that's so flippy. Oh, parked hole nine's tee pad. Go. Nice. All right, guys, for hole two. This one's a par three. The tee sign says 230, but this hole plays so far uphill that it plays over 300, in my opinion. I guess we go with the same order we did in the last hole. Just try and throw them on a good amount of hyzer. Since we're going uphill, it shouldn't flip as much as it did in the last hole. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, yeah, that's part two. That's what I was hoping to get out of these ambushes. Is something, is a distance driver that I can throw not super hard, but still get it to flip. But it's not going to be like the old ambushes where like you have to throw, just be so touchy with them. Like these, I can throw pretty hard. All right, Let's try a roller with the light one. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness it went in the tall grass, so I won't go that far. I didn't think it would flip that quick. All right, guys, for hole 3, a par 3, 360 feet. Got to go through the triple Mando in front of us. I'm going to throw real shots with these two, and then I'm going to try like a max distance high, just see how far I can throw this thing. Because on a perfect throw, I think I could get over 400 with that pretty easily. But right now, the hard part is just going to be hitting this gap off the tee. I think the triple Mando is about 300 feet out. Oh, it's too low. I turned it over anyway. Oh, stay up. Stay up. Yes. Oh, dang. If the grass wasn't so wet, that might have got a skip and been parked. All right. I don't feel super comfortable doing a max distance power shot on this tee pad, but I'll go off to the right side so that we don't die trying to do this. But let's get your height. Nope. I gotta throw it so much higher. Still turned into a roller. Oh, let's go. All right, guys. Hole 4. We're gonna switch over, start throwing the pillars a little bit, at least for the next 3 holes, and then we might. Yeah, I'll probably end up throwing an ambush on hole 7, but for hole 4, we've got a par 3, 270 feet. I don't remember it being this far. Hopefully, I can actually get the pillars all the way down there, but basket's down here tucked off to the left, so I'm gonna need to throw these hard on a bunch of anhyzer out to the right. I don't know if it really matters which one I throw first, but I'll go with the base plastic one first. Okay, that was pin high. I don't need to aim as far to the right as I think. I'm trying to remember. I know this pillar is more stable than that one though. So about there. That's how I needed for the first one. Holy crap. Okay, I think that made it through the gap, so that should be a putt. But that just shows you how crazy overstable they are. You'd have asked me if I could throw a brand new pillar 270 feet. I wouldn't have. I would have told you I couldn't, but here we are. All right, guys, we're on hole 5. This one's a par 3, 163 feet. Basket's down here, tucked off to the right. We go for pretty tight forehand gap, but you've seen what these pillars can do. All I gotta do is just throw them flat through the gap, and they'll finish way right. Just really gotta be worried about the power more than anything else. So we'll go with the base one first. Yep, that's putting at least. Oh, that's too low. Dang. All right, guys, for hole 6, got a par 3. Is this the green tee? Yeah, so 143 feet. You kind of see the baskets between some trees up here, but it's the red basket you can partially see in front of us. Best line is a flex or turnover forehand. It's going to be pretty hard with the pillars, but it can be done. Let's see if we can ring this up too. Be a nice ace. Almost. Oh, I can skip it really far past the basket though. Oh, figured that would come back faster. There we go. Okay, guys, so I just realized on holes 3 and 4 I played for my second shot like it was my first shot. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why I did that, but I'll go ahead and take those birdies off the scorecard because typically in these videos I want to play for my first shot, so that way I have pressure on my first shot and I'm actually practicing for like tournaments or rounds that matter. But now we're on hole 7. This one's a par 3. It says 230 feet, but this is another one that's so far uphill that it plays close to like 300, maybe even farther than that. I don't know if you can actually see it on camera or not because we're going from this dark tunnel into the light, so probably won't be able to see it too well. But the basket's just slightly tucked off to the left. But I'm gonna go with the diamond ambush because this thing's been acting a lot more stable than the NXT. I think it's NXT, something like that. NXT ambush. So I think this will be a good one for this one. Just throwing a touch of hyzer to the middle of the gap. It should push all the way up there. Oh, dang. Okay, that's still like a mid-circle 2-putt. While we're here, might as well throw the NXT one, see how correct I was. Oh, it's right down the middle. Parked it. Okay, diamond ambush got a little bit closer than I was thinking. I think we're just inside circle 1. Slightly uphill. Get there. Ah, dang it. All right, guys, for hole 8, got a par 3, 164 feet. Basket's right there in front of us. Biggest thing to pay attention to, though, is that it's an elevated basket on a slope going away from us. So I want to land short of the basket. So I'm going to go with the baseline pillar as my main shot, hoping it'll stick a lot easier than the premium one will. But I'm trying a little bit of ace run with the premium one after we park this. Well, about aced it with the base one. See if I had a little bit farther to the left. Oh, that was higher. Dang. All right, guys, on hole 9, final hole video. I think for this one, I'm going to play both the long and short tee because the long tee is good for the ambushes and the short tee is going to be good for the pillar. So, get one final chance to show off all the discs real quick. I don't want to throw the real flippy. I'll throw the real flippy one. Why not? But from the long tee, this is a 289-foot par 3 with OB long and to the right. How I've been throwing the 2 premium ones, I'm not too worried about them. This one, I have no hope of getting it to go left at all. But we'll see what we can do. I'll go with the diamond one as my main shot, though. Nope, that's going to be out of bounds. Dang it. It's been the problem I've had over the last few rounds I've played. I'm just not giving my discs any height. And I need to commit to these things, give them more height, sir. Trust they'll flip like that. There it is. I almost want to try like a Skamahawk or something, but we'll just throw this on a ridiculous amount of hyzer, maybe even a little nose up. That is so crazy. I got to move left though. That's an accomplishment. Okay, I was gonna play from the short tee, but where I went out of bounds from the long tee, I'm like 30 feet in front of the short tee, so we'll just throw 2 approach shots from here. I think this is about where the tall grass starts. I think I'll try and fan gripped on this approach shot. Typically, I like to throw my pillars power gripped, but we're not throwing that far, so I don't need to really rip on these things that hard. Yeah, That's good distance. Swing a little farther right. Oh, get up, get up. Oh, dang. All right, guys, that finished up our first round with the Gateway made Goliath molds. And I am so happy with how these turned out. I had already thrown the pillars and knew how they flew. They're really overstable, but it's always funny whenever I play around with just pillars. I always forget that I can get them to go fairly far. Like 250 feet with a disc that's this overstable is really good. And the ambushes, these things turned out amazing. Like they actually fly like the flight numbers for once, which is so nice. Because I do think that is a slot Goliath was missing. That really flippy distance driver that you don't doesn't require as much touch or as much spin and speed control as like a slingshot. I was able to throw these like 70 to 80% and get them to flip up, ride to the right, and come back out at the end. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this ambush because this thing's even flippier than some of the old runs of ambush. So it'll probably end up coming back up in some of the funny disc round videos, stuff like that. But yeah, the one thing I'm really trying to think about now is where I would put these discs in my bag. I think these two would just end up being backups for the ones I have in my bag at the moment. These would be a nice combo to throw in if I ever lose them or if I ever forget my bag at home again. But when it comes to the ambushes, I'll probably throw one of these two in my bag. I'll probably end up making a video dedicated to seeing where these things will end up in my bag because I definitely want to have some of these in my bag, obviously, but got to figure out where exactly they're going to go. Yeah, guys, if y'all are interested in picking up any of these discs, they're all on Goliath Disc website at the moment. And these aren't the only lightweight ambushes you can get. You can get lighter weight versions of these as well. But I'll have a link to their shop down in the description. And if you use my code BenHoward10, that'll get you 10% off your order. So please go check them out and pick some of these things up if you can. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a good one.